Welcome back to StatStream. Have you ever stopped in your daily routine and wondered, are we unknowingly steering toward a societal collapse? It's a heavy question that's becoming increasingly important to address. In 1972, a team of MIT researchers made a startling prediction. Using groundbreaking computer models, they suggested that our society could face a significant decline by 2040. Fast forward to today, and a follow-up study indicates we might be ahead of schedule on this troubling trajectory. Is this collapse inevitable, or do we hold the power to change our fate? Today, we're diving deep into these critical findings to understand what they mean for our future and explore actionable steps we can take to shift our course. Trust me, this is a conversation you don't want to miss. Countless civilizations have risen to greatness throughout history, only to fade into obscurity. The Egyptians, the Romans, the Mayans, the Mongols, all were formidable in their time, but eventually succumbed to decline. But why did these mighty societies fall? Historians often point to a combination of key factors: political instability, social and cultural issues, environmental challenges, and economic failures. Take the Roman Empire, for example. It didn't fall overnight. Over centuries, it grappled with overexpansion, economic troubles, political corruption, and invasions. The Mayan civilization faced severe droughts exacerbated by deforestation and overfarming, leading to food shortages and social unrest. These patterns aren't just historical footnotes, they're cautionary tales. They show us that even the most advanced societies can crumble when multiple stressors converge. But here's the twist. None of these past civilizations had the technological advancements or the level of global interconnectedness that we possess today. Does this make us more resilient or more vulnerable? Let's consider where we stand today. If you're watching this, you have access to the internet, a vast repository of human knowledge that dwarfs the greatest libraries of the past. Our lives are filled with conveniences and unimaginable luxuries even a century ago. Technological marvels like smartphones and computers keep us connected globally. Healthcare advances have extended life expectancy and improved quality of life. Supermarkets overflow with various foods. Clean water flows from our taps. Air travel allows us to traverse continents in hours. But this rapid advancement comes with hidden costs. Industrialization directly impacts the environment through deforestation, pollution, and climate change. Non-renewable resources like fossil fuels are consumed at alarming rates. Economic inequality continues to widen, leading to social tensions. Our global economy is a double-edged sword. While it has lifted millions out of poverty, it's also created a complex, interdependent system that can be surprisingly fragile. Supply chain disruptions, financial crises, and pandemics reveal how shocks in one area can cascade globally. So, are we the exception to the historical rule of rise and fall, or are we ignoring the warning signs that history has laid out for us? To address this question, let's delve into the 1972 study, The Limits to Growth. Commissioned by the Club of Rome, a team of MIT researchers developed one of the first computer simulations of global sustainability using a system dynamics model called World 3. This model examined the interactions between 5 critical variables: population growth, industrial output, food production, resource depletion, and pollution. By simulating these variables, the researchers sought to understand how long we could continue on our path before reaching the limits of our planet's capacity. The findings were alarming. In the business-as-usual scenario, they projected that if we didn't change our consumption and production patterns, society would experience a significant decline by the mid-21st century. But it's essential to understand that this study wasn't predicting an unavoidable doom. Instead, it highlighted potential future scenarios based on our choices, serving as a wake-up call to pursue sustainable development. Nearly 5 decades later, in 2021, sustainability analyst Gaya Herrington revisited the limits to growth model to compare our real-world data to the original projections. The goal was to assess whether we were on track, behind, or ahead of the predicted scenarios. Herrington's analysis revealed that current data aligns closely with two scenarios from the original study: business as usual, BAU, and comprehensive technology, CT. Business as usual continues with unchecked economic and population growth, leading to resource depletion and environmental collapse. Comprehensive technology assumes technological advancements can address resource limitations and environmental issues, delaying collapse, but not preventing it without fundamental changes in values and policies. The sobering conclusion was that we're tracking along the business as usual scenario, and we're ahead of schedule in some aspects. This trajectory indicates potential declines in industrial output, food production, and population within the next few decades. But Herrington also emphasized that it's not too late. We can alter this path by making conscious choices now, adopting sustainable technologies, shifting economic priorities, and fostering global cooperation. Technology has always been a driving force in human progress. Could it be our saving grace? On one hand, we have incredible advancements. Renewable energy, solar, wind, and hydropower are becoming more efficient and cost-effective. Agricultural tech, vertical farming, and lab-grown meat could revolutionize food production. Resource efficiency, advances in recycling and materials, science can reduce waste. These innovations offer hope that we can meet the needs of a growing population without overstepping ecological boundaries. However, there's a catch. Relying solely on technology to fix systemic problems can be risky. Technological solutions often come with unintended consequences. For example, e-waste. The proliferation of electronic devices has led to massive amounts of electronic waste. Energy demand. As technology becomes more integrated into our lives, energy consumption increases. Accessibility. Technological benefits are not evenly distributed, potentially widening social inequalities. Moreover, technology can't replace the need for sustainable practices and responsible consumption. It's a tool, not a panacea. So what else can we do to avoid the cliff's edge? We can look towards policy initiatives, carbon pricing, implementing taxes or cap-and-trade systems to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Sustainable agriculture, promoting practices that preserve soil health and biodiversity, investment in public transit, reducing reliance on individual car ownership to lower emissions. Economic reforms can also play a role. Circular economy, designing reuse, repair, and recycling products to minimize waste. Degrowth movement, rethinking the emphasis on GDP growth in favor of well-being and ecological stability. Equitable distribution, addressing income inequality to ensure that sustainability efforts are inclusive. Cultural and behavioral changes are equally crucial. Sustainable living, adopting habits like recycling, conserving water, and reducing energy usage. Mindful consumption, choosing eco-friendly products and supporting companies with sustainable practices. Dietary choices, incorporating more plant-based meals into our diets to reduce environmental impact. Community engagement, participating in local initiatives and spreading awareness. Implementing these changes requires collective action. Governments, businesses, communities, and individuals all have roles to play. It's about creating a synergy where policy supports sustainable choices and cultural shifts make sustainability the norm. History isn't just a record of failures, it's also filled with examples of resilience and adaptation. Consider the global response to the ozone layer crisis in the 1980s. Scientists discovered that CFCs were depleting the ozone layer, increasing the risk of harmful UV radiation. The world acted decisively. The Montreal Protocol, signed by all UN member countries in 1987, was a landmark international treaty to phase out ozone-depleting substances. Today, the ozone layer is on the path to recovery, demonstrating the power of global cooperation. Another example is the drastic reduction in extreme poverty over the past few decades. Through concerted efforts in economic development, education, and health, millions have improved their living conditions. These successes show that positive change is possible when humanity recognizes a threat and unites to address it. They remind us that while challenges are formidable, they are not insurmountable. You might wonder, what can I as an individual do in the face of such global challenges? The answer is more than you might think. On a personal level, you can adopt sustainable habits, recycle, conserve water, and reduce energy usage. Make mindful purchases, choose eco-friendly products, and support sustainable businesses. Adjust your diet. Incorporate more plant-based meals to lessen environmental impact. Engaging with your community can amplify your efforts. Participate in local initiatives. Join or start community gardens, cleanup projects, or sustainability workshops. Advocate for change. Support policies and leaders prioritizing environmental and social sustainability. Educate others. Share knowledge with friends and family to raise awareness. On a global scale, you can support NGOs, contribute to sustainability, conservation, and social justice organizations. Stay informed. Keep up with scientific findings and global developments to make educated decisions. Remember, individual actions can ripple outward, influencing others and creating a culture that values sustainability. Collective small steps can lead to significant strides. As we navigate the complexities of the 21st century, it's clear that we're at a crossroads. The choices we make today will shape the world for generations to come. The possibility of societal collapse isn't a predetermined fate. It's a potential outcome based on our current trajectory. But trajectories can change. We can pave the way toward a sustainable and equitable future by acknowledging the challenges and committing to action. It's time to shift from asking, "Will innovation save us?" to, "How can we leverage innovation alongside sustainable practices to create lasting solutions?" If you've made it this far, you're already part of the solution. Staying informed is the first step toward meaningful change. For more insights on how smart strategies today can lead to a prosperous and sustainable tomorrow, don't miss our video, Why Smart Investors Are About to Make a Fortune. We explore critical innovation, sustainability, and wealth creation trends that could shape the future. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you believe we can alter our course through collective action and innovation, or are we on an inevitable path to collapse? Share your perspectives in the comments below. If you found this video enlightening, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to StatStream for more in-depth analyses of important issues. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Together, let's be the catalysts for change.